Good morning, Blount County. It's March 4th, and elementary schools across the country are observing Dr. Seuss's birthday with Read Across America activities. It's Wacky Wednesday, and so we begin our news coverage with a wacky news story indeed. News sources have confirmed that a growing number of teachers at Walland Elementary School are using Seesaw to connect their students learning at school with their families at home. Later in our program, we'll hear from several confirmed cases of teachers who are at the epicenter of this outbreak. But first, we caught up with world-renowned education activist Greta Pittberg, leading a school climate change march in support of Seesaw. She spoke with us briefly about why this digital app is spreading so quickly among students worldwide.
Thank you. In the immortal words of that adolescent scholar, His Royal Highness, Fresh Prince William Smith, parents just don't understand. Adults don't get it. So kids are leading. With Seesaw, students are creating learning portfolios so easy for parents to access. Even boomers can do it.
Wow, it must be easy. Now, if someone could please just explain TikTok to me. Still recovering from the Bacchanalian celebrations of the 100th day of school, kindergarten teacher Amy Hartsoe sat down with our Saundra Pitt to discuss how parents have responded to her use of Seesaw in her classroom.
Thanks, Emily. I'm here crisscross applesauce on the carpet with Amy Hartsoe in the little chair. Amy, what are you and the other Walland kindergarten teachers posting on Seesaw this year?
We will post pictures from our classroom, we post newsletters, and we also post pictures from field trips.
And what sort of parent response are you getting from these posts?
We get comments and tons of likes.
Thank you, Saundra. It sounds like the parents have been affected, or should I say infected, by the spread of Seesaw amongst our smallest learners. In related news, we've learned that parents at Walland are not just receiving Seesaw posts from their children's classroom teachers. Burrowed deep into the side of Chilhowie Mountain in a windowless classroom, and undeterred by binders of fidelity logs and RTI documentation, Walland Elementary Title I teacher and LTL, Sarah Hall, has found a way to shed some light on her students' learning using Seesaw.
Thanks, Emily. I'm here in the cavern of Title I with Miss Sarah Hall, who is illuminating literacy using Seesaw. Miss Hall, how do you use Seesaw as a Title I teacher?
I record my students with fluency reads so that their parents can hear the progress that they are making week to week in their literacy. I would love next year to incorporate some of that with the classroom teacher and maybe log on with their account so that my account is not separate from theirs. It kind of gets confusing to parents on who's communicating where, but my parents do communicate with me and they do love to hear their kids read.
Absolutely fantastic. Back to you in the studio, Emily.
Thank you, Saundra. That was enlightening for sure. This year, it's been all strikes for 4th grade teacher Lisa Talley, who's boldly decided to integrate more digital tools while still kicking it old school with her best teaching practices. Bess Kieschnick recently found some time to spare with Lisa to learn the details.
Thanks, Emily. I'm fresh off the paper-tearing rodeo tour, and I'm here at Walland with 4th grade teacher Lisa Talley. Now, Lisa, how are your students boldly creating things in Seesaw?
We have used Seesaw to make videos about our goals for this year and have shared those with our parents and gotten lots of feedback. We've also used Seesaw to share certificates of achievement for iReady as they pass certain lessons.
Awesome. Back to you, Emily.
Thank you, Saundra. We have a breaking headline. Colleen Madison, spokesperson for the CDYC, Crabtree's Dented Yeti Center, is now reporting that the Seesaw outbreak has expanded to reach a new group of teachers at Walland, otherwise known as the New Kids on the Block. Rachel Persad, Melanie Grant, and Felicia Griffin were recently exposed to Seesaw at a collaborative professional development session held by their local TTLs at Eagleton Elementary School. They are currently quarantined in the nurse's office at Walland. Amnesty International reports that they are being treated humanely with access to saltines and Pedialyte. Saundra Pitt managed to gain access to this high-security facility to interview them about their future plans to use Seesaw.
Thanks, Emily. When you told me I was going to be interviewing the new kids on the block, it's not really what I had in mind, but it's all right because these teachers have the right stuff after being exposed at Eagleton Elementary professional development. Ms. Prasad, what is something you learned at this professional development?
Well, I learned that I could post student assignments and work online on Seesaw in case we're out long term.
Ms. Griffin, what about you? What are some things that you learned at the professional development?
I learned, Mrs. Saundra, that I can post my math number talks on the Seesaw and share it with my students.
Excellent. Mrs. Grant, what are some ways you might use Seesaw in the future?
Parent communication on those fun early dismissal days.
Oh, excellent. Well, back to you in studio, Emily.
Thank you, Saundra. It appears that the outbreak of digital learning portfolios is approaching epidemic proportions. Families of children from kindergarten through 5th grade are now connected with their students' learning through Seesaw. We will keep you posted as this story of a viral spread of tech integration develops. Until then, this is Emily Astor with WBCS, reminding you to care, love, and serve.